The year is 1525. In the largest kitchen in Tudor England, 200 cooks are preparing 14 courses for 600 people. And the king eats alone. Henry VIII, 34 years old, 6 feet tall, red-haired, athletic. His waist measures 32 inches. In 30 years, it will measure 54. The food is partly to blame. Hampton Court Palace. Henry expanded the kitchens to fill 55 rooms, 200 staff, sergeants, yeomen, grooms, pages, 3 master cooks, 1 for the king, 1 for the queen, 1 for everyone else. They produce over 800 meals a day. 1.3 million logs burn in the fires every year. Inside the great kitchen, 6 enormous fireplaces roar. Whole animals turn on spits: pigs, deer, boar. Spit boys work in shifts, turning the handles for hours. The heat is so intense that Henry had to order his scullions to stop working naked. They were also forbidden from sleeping by the fires at night. The numbers are staggering. In a typical year, the royal kitchen serves 1,240 oxen, 8,200 sheep, 2,330 deer, 760 calves, 1,870 pigs, 53 wild boar, more than 14,000 large animals. Each member of the court consumes about 23 animals per year. The process starts in the boiling house, massive cauldrons where stews and pie fillings are prepared. Joints of beef and mutton are boiled here first, then sent to the great kitchen to be roasted over the fires. Roasting is a statement of wealth. Only the rich can afford the fuel. Only the very rich can pay someone to turn the spit all day. The Great Hall at Hampton Court, hammer-beam roof soaring overhead, tapestries covering the walls, long tables lined with courtiers, seated according to rank, the most important, closest to the king. But the king rarely eats here. He dines in his private rooms under a canopy of state, alone. There are no forks. Forks exist. They're used for serving and carving, but eating with them won't become fashionable until the next century. Meat is cut with a knife and eaten with fingers. The king is the only person at court given a fork. He uses it to eat sweet preserves. The first course arrives: cheat bread and manchet, the finest white bread made from sifted flour, beer and ale, wine from Bordeaux, and then pottage, a thick broth, chines of beef, venison. This is just the beginning. The peacock arrives, roasted whole, its iridescent blue feathers plucked for cooking, then carefully replaced. The beak gilded in gold leaf, the tail fanned out behind. This is not about eating. This is about spectacle. More birds follow: swan, heron, crane, pheasant, partridge, plovers, larks, dozens of them, tiny and roasted whole. Blackbirds. The wealthy Tudor diet includes birds we would never dream of eating today. The pies are works of art: chicken pies, venison pies, meat and cheese pies. The crusts are thick and ornate, sometimes not meant to be eaten at all, just vessels to hold the filling. Henry loves his pies. Venison stuffed with oranges is a particular favorite. Then comes the cockentrice, a mythical beast created in the kitchen, the front half of a suckling pig sewn to the back half of a capon, or vice versa, roasted together into a single impossible creature. Sometimes they add ram's horns, sometimes bear claws. The more fantastical, the better. On Fridays and Saturdays, meat is forbidden, but fasting does not mean eating less. The king dines on porpoise and seal, roasted with mustard, a favorite of Queen Catherine of Aragon. Salmon, lobster, lamprey, conger eel. Beaver tail is also permitted. The church considers it a fish. Catherine of Aragon brings Spanish tastes to the English court. Orange marmalade, a luxury since oranges cannot grow in the English climate. Artichokes, which Henry adores. Exotic spices from her homeland. The king's food is seasoned with ginger, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, spices worth their weight in silver. The drink flows without end. 600,000 gallons of ale consumed at Hampton Court every year, enough to fill an Olympic swimming pool. 75,000 gallons of wine. The wine cellar stores fine vintages from Bordeaux and Burgundy. Everyone drinks. Water is not safe. Between courses, the subtleties appear. Elaborate sculptures of marzipan and spun sugar, castles, cathedrals, ships in full sail, hunting scenes with tiny sugar hunters and sugar deer. After the main feast, the elite withdraw to another room, the sugar banquet. Marchpane, discs of marzipan as large as dinner plates, decorated with royal coats of arms, candied fruits, comfits, sugar-coated spices and nuts, sticky preserves called wet suckets. Sugar is kept under lock and key, guarded like gold. It is medicine, it is luxury, it is power. The king's confectioner is a woman, Lucy Cornwallis, the only female in a kitchen staff of 200. She creates the subtleties, the marchpane, the impossible sugar flowers. Henry values her so highly that he gives her a house in Aldgate. The meal ends with hippocras, sweet wine spiced with cinnamon, ginger, and sugar. Served with delicate wafers, thin, crisp biscuits made by pressing batter between hot irons, and jellies, shimmering and colored with expensive imported dyes. Only the highest ranks are permitted wafers. Even sweets are a matter of status. The feast can last for hours, 5,000 calories or more in a single sitting. Henry's waist will expand, his health will fail, his legs will ulcerate, and he will no longer hunt or joust. But tonight, in 1525, he is young and golden and hungry, and the peacocks have gilded beaks, and the sugar castles gleam, and the wine never stops flowing. 6 wives, 6 children, countless feasts. This is how a Tudor king shows the world who he is, not in battle, not in prayer, but in food that defies imagination, in mythical beasts sewn together in the kitchen, in sugar sculptures that disappear by morning.